Look what you made me do. Look what I made for you.
His name is
Old Man Wayne. I live by the code. I die by the phone. Old Man Wayne. Old Man.
I'm about to do something terrible.
Old Man Wayne. Old Man. Old Man.
Nope, not doing this. We're not doing this.
Ha ha. Point. Old Man. Old Man. Old Man. Old Man. Old Man.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Old Man Wade Show. You've probably been listening to me ramble on for Lord knows how long, but I wanted to bring Diddy back on and talk about some stuff that conversation I wanted to have. But considering what we were talking about, Diddy also mentioned it kind of didn't fit the theme of things. So the smart thing to do was to talk about it later. And what I'm going to ask him, there are two topics. One of them is one of them, we'll go to get this first, 10 Marvel Comics characters that I want Batman to fight. So what we're going to do is I'm going to name a character. Diddy's going to say who wins or loses. And what I'm going to ask him is how many times out of 10 Batman wins these fights?
Batman.
All right. So number one with the bullet.
All right. Moving right along.
Yeah, number one with the bullet. I'm not talking about Martha Wayne.
Ooh, too soon.
We have Wolverine. How many times does Batman win or lose in this fight?
You know, you're going to laugh, but I think 5 out of 5. I think as far as their skills are concerned, they're pretty balanced. The one thing that Wolverine has over Batman is the whole Berserker Rage thing. And, you know, I say that not to say I'm not dismissing the whole Animantium being a mutant thing. Just putting it to the side just for the context of this conversation. I think that if you look at their skills, I think that they're pretty evenly matched as far as hand-to-hand combat, things like that.
I agree.
I think that if Batman walks into a fight with Wolverine, knowing Wolverine and having some sort of intel on him, I think obviously it greatly increases the chances, which you can say that about any fight that Batman has. But at the same time, the thing that is sort of a weakness is also a strength for Wolverine in the Berserker Rage thing. I mean, when he's in that state, and I'm pretty sure Batman can get him there because of how frustrated it's probably going to be for Wolverine to fight him. I think that completely evenly balances the fight. So I'm going to go 5 out of 5.
I agree with you on everything you said, 100%, which is shocking. Wolverine's Berserker Rage gives him the disadvantage. The only reason I see this going 5 out of 5 is after Wolverine loses a couple of times because of the rage, he's not going to lose control because he knows how to control his rage recently more than ever. And I think that once he controls it, it becomes a more even fight. So I think it ends up being one of those things where Batman wins like 2 in a row, Wolverine wins 1, Batman wins another, and then Wolverine wins like 2 more back to back, and then kind of ties it up. And then they just keep trading punches back to back, because one of the things that people forget about is Logan actually is smarter than people give him credit for. Next up, I have Deadpool.
This is a hard. That's actually a pretty hard one to call.
You want me to give my answer first?
Yeah.
This is gonna shock you. I think Batman wins 7 out of 10.
I need to hear your logic because you're right. That does shock me.
I love Deadpool. Deadpool is one of the greatest fighters of all time, but one of his advantages is his mouth. Batman has spent the majority of his superhero life being talked to by the Joker. There's not much that Deadpool can say that's really going to throw Batman off. However, Deadpool is almost as skilled as Wolverine is, but he's not as durable. And the one time Deadpool fought somebody who unleashed on him, Moon Knight beat him so bad that Deadpool needed IV drips.
Yeah.
So if Batman found out that no matter what he does, he's not gonna kill him, it's different if Deadpool had like if he had like something like keeping his bones intact, then I would probably give Deadpool the advantage. But his bones break just like everybody else's, and Batman doesn't have to hold back.
You know, it's funny that you say that.
He's essentially fighting Jason Todd.
Yeah. It's funny that you say that because the Death Battle guys, I feel like they did a video on this, and they actually did a live action fight between Batman and Deadpool, and I feel like that's exactly how it ended. Batman realized that he could do whatever he can completely unleash on Deadpool, and he literally just called in the Batmobile and fucking shot Deadpool to pieces.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. Like the exploding for people who have played the Arkham Knight series, there's a moment where on Deadpool, where Batman has a goon's head under the Batmobile wheel, and he's tempting them to he's like, tell me, or I'm gonna run your head over. And even though they know they're not gonna kill him, that's still a lot of pain. Batman can literally run his fucking head over. It's not gonna matter. So that's my thing. Like, Batman Unleashed is a scary fucking thing.
Mm-hmm.
So you're going same thing, 7 out of 10 for Deadpool wins a few because Deadpool is just that good,
Mm-hmm.
and he's gonna hit on some points. And Deadpool is actually very, I'm not gonna say meticulous, but he's intuitive when he's very good at picking up people's tells, and when he
Mm-hmm.
finds that tell, it's a wrap. But he's only gonna get a
Yeah.
few. He's only gonna get a few of those, and when Batman realizes what's what, there's nothing he can do about it. Batman sniffs fucking Batman laughs at fucking fear gas now. Like, you know what I mean? There's nothing much you can do now.
Mm-hmm.
Next up we have Daredevil.
Ooh. You're gonna laugh. I kind of think Daredevil might have a leg up here, so I'm
Ooh,
probably gonna go 6-4.
6-4.
Yeah, the
Ah,
extra century stuff.
I went 6-4 the opposite way only because I think
Interesting.
his centuries the enhanced senses give him a disadvantage because Batman has so much tech that like it's gonna fuck his ears up.
Yeah, but and this is gonna sound strange coming from me, but how long is it gonna take Batman to realize that he can take advantage of that, or that Daredevil's even blind?
Batman finds out who Daredevil is after their second fight.
Yeah, I mean, but that means at least the first two, he has that disadvantage.
Yeah, he's at the disadvantage. I think if here's what I think happens: Daredevil and Batman, if they meet face to face, I think Daredevil whoops Batman's ass. I don't even think it's close. Second time they
Mhm.
fight, same thing. I think it's a little closer, but Daredevil whoops Batman's ass. The third time, I think Batman's gonna sit back in the Batcave, he can't talk to Alfred now, but like he's gonna sit back and try to figure out why he lost, and it would be a wrap. I think Nightwing has a better chance of beating Daredevil does. I think Nightwing and Daredevil is a better matchup. I think that's more even, but I honestly feel that Batman dominates Daredevil.
Yeah, I see your logic. I'm not gonna try to argue you down there. Um, yeah, I mean, the minute Bats figures out how Daredevil's powers work, it's definitely a wrap for Daredevil.
Yeah.
There's not gonna be anything he can do.
One of the smartest things I ever seen anybody do was Captain America shot off he must have spent $5 on this. He shot off one of those things where streamers come out,
Mhm.
and Daredevil's radar sensors were just fucked up because he couldn't figure out where he was. What a smart
Yeah,
and if Captain America figured that out, imagine what Batman would do, excuse me. I know the answer to this question because to quote a great action hero, always bet on black. Batman versus T'Challa.
oof. I'm gonna shit.
So before you answer,
The-
Ken has the best answer for this. He thinks it'll be even, and I'll actually read what I wrote when this came out. But Ken says that if it happens face to face for the first time, and if it's T'Challa versus Bruce Wayne, and there's nobody around, he says T'Challa beats Batman's ass, and he says it's not even close. Like T'Challa just beats Batman down, and like Bruce has no idea, like to the point where Bruce was like, "No one's ever done this to me," kind of shit.
Mhm.
What do you think?
You and I have actually argued about this in the past. I don't know if you remember it. And I've always been excuse me, I should say in the past, I've been staunch on that. I think Batman would win in the end. I honestly don't think that anymore. Based on the current characterization of who T'Challa is, his skill set, his mind, yeah,
he's gotten
I'm gonna go.
better as time gone. Like I think the writers, because it's been predominantly black writers writing T'Challa, they've given him flaws, but they've also turned him into Batman without money. And it's funny because it feels like DC is trying to do the same thing and make Bruce Wayne Batman without money, but it's not the same.
Nah, it doesn't have the same emotional pull. Everybody knows a black brother, a broke black brother. Anyways, it's hard not to relate to that. No, but I think that I don't think T'Challa's gonna wash Batman.
You don't
He's
think
just
so?
like I said I think he is.
Oh, I think
He's gonna wash him because he's a better version of Batman,
yeah. So this is what I ended up
and he
writing.
has powers. That if any, even if you put Batman and Black Panther on the same level on when it comes to fighting skills, T'Challa has powers.
So I'm gonna take it a step further. After I read what I wrote, I'm gonna take it a step further. T'Challa took his powers away and was Daredevil in I think it's the most dangerous man alive. It was T'Challa was protecting Hell's Kitchen, and T'Challa beat Luke Cage without his powers, just hitting him in pressure points.
Mm.
Now, granted, like
How
Luke
the
Cage,
fuck the pressure points work when your skin's impenetrable?
you know, I hate to say it like this. Everyone goes because he's Batman because he's fucking T'Challa.
Mm. Oh, I thought you was gonna go because of the power cosmic.
Yeah, that would make sense. So this is what I ended up writing. It may seem like a cop out, but this ends in a draw. Of course, one of them would eventually win. One of them would eventually win the first encounter, and it would go to T'Challa. The next time, Bruce would be prepared and win. The two heroes would take turns besting each other. Eventually, they'd form an alliance, leading to a secret crisis combining Marvel and DC. This is where the Justice League and Avengers would have to stop them from controlling their universes. Batman versus Iron Man.
This is another one that I actually got to see in live action from the Death Battle guys, and I didn't agree with the result. I think Batman wins. I think Batman comes out 7-3. I think the one thing that, regardless of if Tony's tech is better than Batman's tech, which it probably is, I think it definitely is because I don't know how many time machines Batman's created, but um, the thing that Batman has over Tony is Tony's arrogance. And
Yes.
I think that especially if, Tony Stark superior tech, he's probably going to figure out that Batman is Bruce Wayne. And I think that based on what we know about Tony and his competitive streak, knowing that is Bruce Wayne, I think that Bats is going to be able to use that against him.
For me, it came down to the fact that Bruce has beaten Lex Luthor, and Luthor is vastly smarter than Iron Man is. Now, Iron
You
Man's
think?
tech, I would absolutely think Lex Luthor is farly vastly. I honestly would think that Lex Luthor is the smartest person in comic books. However, he has the same problem Dr. Doom does: arrogance. He doesn't try to improve. So you get someone like Reed Richards who understands that it's okay to make a mistake and then improve their henceforth. Like, you know what I mean? So in that case, like, for example, Iron Man made a great quote when he said, art is never abandoned. Art is never completed. It's only abandoned. This is why the Iron Man armor continues to get better and better, because he's like, I need to improve on this. Nevertheless, it all comes down to Tony Stark's arrogance. He's going to look at Batman and just see a dude in a suit.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where it ends. And no matter how many times Batman beats him by throwing a fucking batarang in the middle of his goddamn chest, Iron Man is going to continue to lose because Batman is going to throw a goddamn batarang in the middle of his fucking chest every fucking time. He's not even gonna he's not even gonna like try to put something in the middle of it like haha, he's not gonna do it this time. Like nope, I'm not gonna catch him this time. Like, dude, you got when the Punisher sneaks up on you outside of you, this is one of my favorite Iron Man moments ever, and it's not even him in his armor. The Punisher snuck into Avengers Tower, choked out Tony Stark, and then threw him in his jam cellar. It doesn't get better than that. And then Punisher puts on the fucking armor.
Ow.
Imagine what Batman would do.
How? How did it even work? I have so many questions. Why did the armor work for him?
This was around the time where the writer, I think it was Greg Rucka or Ruka, who was writing this at the time. I can't remember who was writing it, but this was a Punisher who was way more meticulous than any other Punisher we've seen next to the Garth Ennis run, and this is him in the superhero universe. So he was paying close attention. Like, he beat Spider-Man. Punisher beat Spider-Man, and that should never happen.
No, it should.
And the funny thing was, the reason he beat him is because Punisher was preying on everyone's weakness. And all of their weaknesses are arrogance. So first thing he did, Captain America told Wolverine to stay out of it because he knows that Wolverine agrees with the Punisher's doing. Wolverine tells Punisher, like, hey, they're coming for you. They send Black Widow. He beats Black Widow by showing her like, hey, I'm doing this to protect the people of this place. And Black Widow, he was like, you have an option. You can save these people or you can bring me in. What do you think she did? He beat Spider-Man. It was funny because Spider-Man started all this because Spider-Man he stole one of Spider-Man's web shooters to kill somebody.
What the fuck?
It was great. But Spider-Man was pissed off. And then what he ended up doing, Spider-Man's beating the shit out of Punisher. And he's like, and he telling him how helpless he was and how much stronger he was than Punisher was. But Punisher, and dumbass Spider-Man, his spider sense is going off. But he ignores it because he's like, it's the fucking Punisher. It was a flashback. And at that, it was a wrap. So then Cap sends Thor.
Oh, Jesus.
Punisher didn't win this one.
I wouldn't think so. I was gonna ask, how the hell did he pull this one out?
He didn't pull this one out. So later on,
he stole the Norn stones and
like Punisher. It was funny as hell watching him try to beat, because it was funny because he tried to play on it. First he tried to attack him, which is stupid. And then he tried to play to his First he tried to play to his heartstring. He goes, "Oh, you're trying to kill these people." Thor just slams his hammer down, and he goes, "Okay, so now what?" It was great. I'll send you the images later. Next up, we have Spider-Man versus Batman. I hate to say this. I think Spider-Man wins 10 times out of 10.
I do too.
He's smarter. He's faster. He's stronger.
I'd say he's smarter. I think intelligence-wise, they might be on the same level. I think the thing that puts PD over is the Spidey sense.
To quote one of my favorite moments in Spider-Man history when someone's talking about him, when Hank Pym found out that Spider-Man created the spider tracers when he was 14 in Scotland, and Hank Pym was like, "You spent all your time getting punched in the head by people, and you created this when you were 14." Like T'Challa went to there are geniuses who go to Spider-Man, like Reed Richards and T'Challa and Iron Man have all gone to Spider-Man for questions. Like, you know what I mean? That's how smart he is. Batman is the better engineer. Batman may be the better. I don't even know if he's the better engineer, because when Spider-Man had some money, you weren't fucking with Parker Industries. The only advantage that Spider-Man has over Batman is a weakness that they both have, is neither one of them want to see other people get hurt. So, Taskmaster.
It's kind of in the Deadpool zone. But I'm gonna say Bats wins that 6 out of 4.
I went differently. I said 8 out of 10. I went with Taskmaster. Sabretooth.
Interesting. Oh, Sabretooth has no chance in hell. That's 10 out of 10 Batman's way.
Not just the Incredible Hulk, but Devil Hulk.
I like
think of
that's the one that gets chopped into pieces and shit, right?
Yeah, and then like snaps his fingers and pulls himself back together.
Yeah, kind of feeling like Batman might be out of his depths on that one.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go 8-2. I think at some point he'll be able to find a way, but yeah, no.
And lastly, we have Moon Knight.
Oh Jesus!
I think it really comes down to who can take the most pain. I think this ends up even.
Yeah, I can't call it.
I just feel like they would end up fighting for, like, I think each fight would take like days. because they both have a. Batman is definitely more skilled. That's not even close. But I think Moon Knight's willing to go a little bit further,
Mhm.
and depending on if he's in that "I will kill you" mood, it gets a little different. But I also think that once Batman realized that, he gets a little more aggressive because like the self-preservation thing comes in.
Mhm.
So yeah. So I got a little fun one here. We can make this as quick as possible, so because I'm pretty sure you have 1,001 things to do. I actually lost the thing I wrote because I went out of the link I was on, and it's things that I wish that people acknowledged. Oh, yeah, here we go. Things people I think these are things that I think people won't admit about Batman. Now we can. So I'm gonna say you can say agree and disagree, and we can make it quick. We can make it whatever. So first off, Christian Bale was only okay as Batman.
Now, when you say it's Batman, you mean in the suit.
I just mean not necessarily as Christian, not even this as Bruce Wayne, just as when Christian Bale is in the mask.
Okay, so when he's in the suit. Okay. I actually agree with that. I thought that he was a better Bruce Wayne than anything else.
Oh yeah, I think I've been on record by saying he's been a flawless Bruce Wayne, but he was just an okay Batman.
Hmm.
Ben Affleck as Batman was underrated.
100% thumbs up agree on that one. He might be two in my Batman list, behind Michael Keaton.
I always go Affleck then Keaton, but after seeing Keaton in The Flash, who was one of the only good points of that movie, I
Mhm.
may have to put him back at number one. But Ben Affleck is definitely a, like 1A or 1B, like with me. Next up, Bruce Wayne and Jason Todd are the only difference between Bruce Wayne and Jason Todd is how they were raised.
Well, I think mm,
That I knew that was the one I was going to get to.
I don't know that I agree with that one. So I'm a thumbs down it.
So my reason being is I feel that if Batman was raised the same way Jason was, and Jason was raised the same way Bruce was, that the results may have been the same. I think Jason only needed someone to actually care about him when he was younger, as opposed to being. I I didn't realize this, that the drug addict um that was like the woman who raised him
Mhm.
wasn't actually his biological mother. I didn't realize that his former henchman father impregnated a someone in the medical profession. I can't remember if she was a doctor or a nurse. Knocked her up. She didn't want that. He took him away from them, and it was a whole thing. So like Jason Todd's life was fucked.
Mhm.
Like, you know what I mean. So I don't. I feel like there's a Nichols, but I also feel like there's a Nichols difference between the two. Batman's obviously the better fighter and all the other stuff, but personality wise, they're both just as stubborn as the other one is.
Mm.
Batman loses. Like
He loses.
that's a
He loses all the time. Yeah, totally
people,
agree with that.
but the internet feels like he never loses, and like that, it's just one of the most ridiculous things. Like Batman loses more often than he wins.
No, he gets the shit kicked out of him sometimes.
Next thing up, Batman was right to have a plan to stop the Justice League if need be.
Wait, give me that one more time.
Batman was smart enough, but Batman having a plan to defeat the Justice League was a smart thing to do, and not telling them was also smart as well.
100% thumbs up. I think that somebody has to be the adult in the room. You can't have that many people with unchecked power, um, in a collective. It just doesn't work. There has to be some sort of contingency plan. And of course, Batman, as always, is the only person that has the foresight to think about that.
Batman
And,
cannot.
oh, and before we go on, move on. There's one last thing I want to say about that point is I think the Justice League is naive to react to Batman being the adult in the room and understanding that that's necessary as well. Like the just the utter naivete displayed by the rest of the Justice League during that whole brother eye shit was is wild to me.
I'll take it a step further. In one of the new Titans comic books written by Tom Taylor, we find out that Nightwing has a plan to defeat his teammates, and he was honest about it. And he said, "Yeah, I have a plan to defeat all of you, and it would be foolish not to."
Mhm.
So let's and like you know what I mean. It's stupid not to. Next up, Batman cannot beat Superman. Would you like
Um,
me to elaborate further?
I think you have to because in reality, if Superman is like blind rage, not adhering to his self-imposed blocks as far as his powers are concerned, 100%. Like that fight ends in 0.2 seconds.
That's
But
exactly
you have to remember you have to remember though, one of the reasons why Batman does pretty consistently come out on top when the two of them clash is because Batman doesn't have those same restraints.
that's exactly you've basically mentioned all my points and why he would or would not win. And I'm gonna say something that you told me years ago before I started reading Batman comic books was that if Superman wanted to, he could kill Batman from the sky.
Mhm.
Just laser.
And Bats would have nothing. He wouldn't even see it coming.
Yeah. And if we want to take it a step further, the fight's face to face. We saw what would happen in Injustice. Batman got his shit pushed in.
Hmm.
Now, if things are even, and Batman has even if Batman has a pill that only puts him at half the strength that Superman is, Batman wins. But unfortunately, Batman's still human, and
Hmm.
Superman is a fucking god. Um,
Essentially, yes.
the next up I have is Batman's not the same without Alfred.
Oh yeah, 100%. Alfred his was not lightning rod. Is that the word I'm looking for? Like Alfred is the thing that grounds Bruce.
Yes.
He's one of the few people who actually sees Bruce. And not having that father figure around it's definitely gonna shape further shape Bat's issues because I hear from what I hear about what's going on in the comics right now, things aren't exactly going well for him. I think a lot of reasons for that is not having Poppy around.
He doesn't have his money anymore. He's alienated the entire Bat family. He left Dick Grayson, Tim Drake, and Damian Wayne to get arrested by the police. Thankfully, they escaped. Um,
Why do you do that?
because they were all against him, and Damian Wayne was the only person. Damian Wayne was the only person who was left standing for him, and he was like, "Fuck it, if you guys aren't with me, then you're against me." He just like, "Fuck it, you guys are just gonna get arrested." But he's also has the Zur and Ra, whatever the fuck the thing is, that's the other personality he has in him, and it was
Hmm.
telling him
Hmm.
that like you need to do this. You should just tell the world who you are, so you can just be Batman. You don't really need Bruce Wayne, which is kind of true, but I also want to point out that a couple of years after Bruce Wayne was found out that he was Batman, after the world found out that Bruce Wayne was Batman in Injustice, nothing really changed. So maybe just fuck it. You know what I mean? Um,
Hmm.
next up, we have Batman needs to try something new. He's been doing the same thing for years. Gotham hasn't changed. Cap during Gotham War, Gatwoman. Gatwoman Catwoman is Tank Girl in Gotham City. Batman needs to try something new because Catwoman tried something different with training henchmen, which I thought was stupid from the get go because all you're doing is training, making better henchmen. But Batman has
Yeah, I
tried.
don't understand.
It was a stupid thing to do. But
Mhm.
Batman should have at least tried to have a conversation. But all he did was say no, 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 and then left. Maybe if they had a conversation, maybe things would have been different. But he needs to do something new because obviously whatever he's been doing recently hasn't been working.
Clearly.
Next up, and I don't know how you're gonna take this. Joker is not Batman's deadliest enemy.
No, I agree with that. It's not necessarily about deadly when it comes to the Joker. Their thing, their feud, their fight is much deeper than that. It's almost like tussling with an old lover.
Yeah, I went on to say that I think that Bane is Batman's deadliest enemy.
He broke the bat. Joker can't say that. Best he got was shooting Babs in the back, in the stomach. Excuse me.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. Like
Oh, he
Bane,
killed Robin too, but still.
he killed Robin. And Bane killed Alfred. But to Joker's point, he went on, and I suggest anybody who's a Batman fan go back and read the conversation between Joker and Bane. And Joker wasn't mad at Bane, he was disappointed. He goes, "You took the biggest card in the deck, and you didn't kill Alfred in front of Batman. You killed him in front of the boy." He goes, "From now on, you're not the man who broke Batman. You're the man who broke Robin." I was like, "Oh shit." Yeah. Next up, Batman would be better on the New Avengers with Luke Cage than he would be with the Justice League.
Oh, that goes without saying. The new Avengers is way more his speed. He's not a big, even though he has the Bat family, not a super team guy. Generally works better on the dolo. So yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense. That the new Avengers team was a more street level team, and
Yeah.
that's way more in line with Batman's wheelhouse instead of grand cosmic conflicts and things like that.
And lastly, we have Nightwing is better than Batman as a hero, and Dick Grayson is better than Bruce Wayne when it comes to being a person with money.
I mean, Dick still has his, right?
For those that's actually hysterical. But for those of you who don't know, when Alfred died, he left Nightwing with I think $1 billion, if not hundreds of millions. And
I don't want to. How the fuck does? Never mind.
So apparently,
we find out all these years Alfred's been embezzling money.
so that's what I thought. So apparently, when Alfred was given care of Bruce, he was left personally with a lot of money that went in with that. So he was like, he wasn't accepting, like when Bruce was like, he was a butler, so he got a paycheck. He still had to pay taxes and shit. So he just put the money away and then just never spent it. Like, you're fucking Alfred, you live with fucking Batman. What the fuck you need money for? So eventually the money goes in there, whatever. But one of the first things that Dick Grayson did was find out what he should do with the money. He realized that there's a homeless problem in Bloodhaven. He was like, I need to fix this. And then he realized, oh, one of the problems is there's no place for people like to actually enjoy being themselves. So now he's went and fixed the homeless problem. He opened up a park where there was food trucks and just people could relax and just exist. It's like the Alfred Bloodhaven Park, whatever the fuck. And what was cool was when it was attacked, the people who went there went back and either they cleaned it up or they went to try to protect it. Then, in one of the issues after Dark Crisis, Nightwing decided to do something different with the prison system because he was saying how, and listen up, people who don't understand this, there's hundreds of thousands of people in the world, millions of people in America who are on trial and in prison and haven't committed a crime yet. So Dick Grayson was like, this isn't right. So he started paying for people to get lawyers to get them bail and things like that. And the first thing that people see when they come to Bloodhaven was in a prison. The first thing they see is the Teen Titans Tower. So the writer Tom Taylor was adding a bit of social consciousness to things that people don't understand when it comes to the things that America does. And among them is the prison system and how fucked up it is and how stupid it is. And prison isn't supposed to be a place where you just go. You're supposed to be rehabilitated. Now, if you're a rapist, go fuck yourself. You should just stay in prison forever and ever. But there are people who are in prison who are just awaiting trials. The amount of people who are in prison during COVID is insane because they couldn't get trial, because they couldn't go to court, because there was no court because of fucking COVID. So, also, Nightwing's a better Batman because he actually tries to do things differently and understands that the world is changing. Batman is a stubborn fuck who will never learn anything. All right, everybody, that has been the Old Man Wade Show. Thank you, Above Average LLP on Twitter. Did I get your handle right?
Yes, you did.
All right. As always, be excellent to each other. Peace.
Damn it, Wade!